Alright, good afternoon. Today is January 2nd, 2021, and it's about 3 p.m. In downtown Hilo, on the big island of Hawaii. And right now, I think we're headed to the beach. I just had the idea of taking a cab out to a beach with really nice waves called Richardson's, but it's a little too far out. Cabs are kind of they're not exactly few and far between here, but service is definitely not, if you call a cab, you're not going to just get picked up in 5 minutes. I would say here it could be anywhere between 10 minutes and a half an hour you'll get picked up. So cabs are like usually kind of booked. And then from where I am right now, the beach that I want to head to is particularly far away. It's maybe like 4 or 5 miles out. Maybe even a little bit more than that, like 6 miles out. And all the local cabs are booked. And I'm not going to be taking an Uber. It is walkable, but it's maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to walk. So one of the cab companies is going to check back with me, but I think I'm going to just walk to a beach nearby that is only about a half an hour walk away. And I kind of think I'll dilly-dally today. I think I'll just stroll around some other spots nearby, because it's good weather today. Having just moved out here, it's now almost 2 months. Almost 2 months ago. I mentioned this in a previous video, but the holidays, so the months leading up to the holidays are always great. Back on the mainland, on the East Coast, where it actually does get cold and you get like white Christmases and stuff. The months leading up to the holidays and going into the holidays are really nice. You kind of have this warm feeling amidst the cold weather setting in. But then once January hits, it's just like boom. Nothing. No real holidays to look forward to. And you've just got blistering cold temperatures coming up in January and February to sort of look forward to, and shoveling snow and all that stuff. But here, that feeling is completely eliminated. That does not exist. I don't feel, because the weather is basically the same all year round. I think it's about 77 degrees today. Because the weather's the same all year round, I definitely do not feel any intense urge to make it past January. January no longer feels like an obstacle that you have to sort of overcome living out here. And I'm sure it's the same in other places, like probably like Arizona and other places that are always warm. But it's definitely a first for me. It's definitely a first for me getting to live someplace where you don't like dread January and February. So instead of going straight to Coconut Island, which is probably the beach that I'll head to for today, I think I'll head to the park and just go to the shore. I'm seeing a rainbow, seeing a nice rainbow in the distance. Really great place just to sit down and kind of chill. It's right there, you can see it. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit closer. There's definitely no shortage of rainbows out here, which is really freaking cool. Let me see if I can get through. Let me see if I can just walk straight through. Sometimes there's holes in the fences here. Yep, I see one already. People are passing through. Again, I think the population is small enough that like social distancing isn't too much of an issue, or really any of that stuff. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful view. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can just get right up by the coast. Before I head to the beach. See if I can get right up to the beach before I head to the beach. Oh, here we go. Looks like my rainbow is still there. Oh man, little memorial for someone. Looks like it's Tina Marie. Is it Fukuyama? But yeah, gorgeous day. As you can see, there's a lot of debris that's washed up on shore. And so this is one of the big reasons I think that people do not swim in this beach. There's a river close by, like up in that direction. And when it rains, which it had rained earlier today quite a bit, it washes a lot of debris down from the mountains. And so even though by the standards of anyone who comes from a big city like me, this is still amazing. And I mean, it's definitely still swimmable. In general, I think people, they'll go boating, but they tend to avoid this beach. I only see some like hardcore surfers surf down this way. I'm trying to see if I see any now. I think I might see one swimmer, but I'm not sure. So up this hill, even though you can't see because the trees are blocking it, but up in this direction there is Mauna Kea, which is, I think it's the biggest volcano here, but it's dormant. And then across the island, I think down this way, is Kilauea, the one that's currently erupting, and Mauna Loa, which it looks like it's heating up according to recent reports. As you can see here, the debris that washes up, like, it can be quite large. Like, this whole thing is, I mean, this is a massive tree. It's two massive trees that washed up from the river onto the shore. Right now I'm about to start headed towards Coconut Island, which is over this way. It's right there. But I also need to head out to Honolulu, which is up this way. Supposedly there's there's beaches for good surfing out in that direction. I'm almost a little bit surprised that there's no one surfing today, just because it's, I don't know, maybe because it's Saturday, and because a lot of times, even though people avoid this beach, there's still like maybe like a troop, like maybe like 3 or 4 hardcore surfers that come to this beach, and I think they just wear full wetsuits, like they protect themselves by wearing full body wetsuits, and they have these really cool hydrofoil surfboards, which I really want to get, which is basically a surfboard with a motor attached at the end. The motor goes from the back of the surfboard down into the water, and it propels the surfboard in such a way that the surfboard floats above the water, and so you kind of look like you're floating above the water, and you can kind of get good speed and just kind of cruise out into the ocean, floating just above the water. I see people over here fishing. As you can see, there's like a little blue tent. It's definitely easy to kind of camp on the shore, either from your car or even just in a tent. Like temperatures don't really get much below 70 degrees. I think the forecast today, the forecast for this whole week is between maybe about 67 and 70 degrees, so it's never getting too cold at night down here. But yeah, every day here is pretty much a good day to go to the beach. Like, it's really hard to resist going to the beach, even on days that I don't want to, or days that I know I should be doing something else. The locals definitely seem a little bit more blasé about the beach. There's definitely some that are at the beach regularly, but I think it's just a regular thing for a lot of people. With the humidity, it feels like 81, and it looks like people are kind of just chilling, sunbathing, checking out the view, fishing. But it is a little bit weird for me to see what looks like a perfectly good beach and no one really swimming in it on a warm day. But temperatures never really become oppressively hot, so it's never like 95 degrees or 100 degrees out here. So you basically, if you're going to the beach, you're basically going just because you feel like it, not because you feel forced to from the heat or anything like that, which is kind of cool. So yeah, just as a first impression, January 2nd, 2021, I definitely do not feel any strong urge to soldier through January and February. I don't know when I'll get used to it or when I'll feel like nonchalant about hitting the beaches, but I can definitely say it won't be for a while. You've got all the beaches on this side of the island, a lot of which I'd probably even just say all of which are beautiful beaches. Rocks and all. Still just beautiful beaches all along this whole side of the island. And then after exploring all the beaches on this side of the island, then there's still the whole other side of the island, which has like white sand beaches and crystal clear water and like whales and sea lions swimming with you. On this side of the island, there's sea turtles. I believe there's also whales that swim on this side of the island. So I don't feel like there's really a shortage of things to explore, especially if you enjoy swimming and enjoy water sports and water activities like boating. See a lot of people boating. A lot of sailboats out, a lot of small sailboats out. A lot of people paddle boating, fishing. Beautiful day out. And personally, I kind of feel like personally, a lot of people work really hard and kind of like save up to try to like get houses out here or try to retire out here or out in places like this. For me, I was in between jobs when I came out here, and I was working at a temporary job just in retail, and it just so happened that that I could transfer locations just off of a basic retail job. But being here it's kind of like you kind of eliminate having to like save up and retire out to some place like this if you're already here. And I think the people that live here and the people that are from here definitely know it, because from what I'm told, everyone works really hard and really diligently during the fall and winter months, but like once the summer comes, I think a lot of people here like cut back their hours anything that they would be working towards is kind of already here. Like, you would just have to kind of cut back on hours working and then just enjoy just being here. It's, you know, it's like already, it's already a part of the place. And so that's more or less been my experience just in the first 2 months being here. That living on the Big Island is really its own reward. Even without anything else, there's just value in just being here and being someplace like this. And so every day when I leave work, as long as it's early enough and the sun's still out, I almost always feel like I'm cheating myself if I don't just go if I don't just go to the beach right away after work, or go and do something outdoors right after work, which so far has been the beach. Probably once I get some wheels, maybe I'll go and check out the mountains, check out the volcanoes. But yeah, like, even during times when I know I should be probably working on some other things, it is very hard to just let the sunlight go to waste here and not do anything, like be cooped up somewhere, you know. I kind of want to go and like see what the deal is with these boats that are here. Let me see if I can step over. I haven't checked them out since I've been here, but it looks like there's just boats that anyone can just grab and yeah, I don't think anyone is working in there. The door is closed. How cool is that? Oh, there's someone who might go swimming. How cool is that? I think, yeah, like, okay, so there's a bunch of boats locked up here, but every day I pass by here, I mean, there's always boats that are out. I think they're just for public use. So I think if you're inclined and you know how to use them, you can just grab a boat and just go out onto the ocean. Oh shoot, yep. She got in the water. What about anyone back down at the other end of Hilo Bay? Oh, it's a little hard for me to see now, but I do see some waves there. But yeah, mostly people boating. Here's some people playing some music. I assume during when tourist season is up and running, they probably are renting these boats out. They're probably renting these smaller boats out. Here's a public shower. I would say that there's one of these, maybe, I don't know. In some places I feel like it's every half a mile. There's one here, and the next one down is, I can actually see where it is from here. Let's see. Where that little lighthouse looking thing is, that's where the next public shower is. And it's basically just probably part of probably just part of accommodations for there being a culture around swimming and being in the beach and stuff. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of debris washed up on the shore. But I mean, it's still good for swimming by just about any standards. All right, let's continue on. So far, I've been to beaches with black sand, black sand and rocks. There's a Hawaiian flag sailboat right in front of Coconut Island. Some more boats, and let's try to make our way back onto the road. You'll see that the next I'll show you where the next public shower is.